So is Mason Crosby our punter now? What's up, Packer Nation? It's Chad, the Cheesehead Easterling, back with another edition of the Pack Attack. And today, we're diving right into this 53-man initial roster breakdown. So let's go ahead and say this now. I might not be able to pronounce everyone's name exactly right, but I'm going to try my best. So first off, you got the QBs. We only kept two. Obviously, it was Amari Rogers and Jordan Love. I don't quite think Jordan Love is going to be ready enough to play if something were to happen to Amari Rogers. God forbid. But he does have the talent. He just got a lot of growing to do. Then we moved the halfback. We kept three running backs, which is Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon, and Kylan Hill. Kylan Hill is actually a 7th round sensation this preseason. I mean, he has just shown so much potential. I'm so glad that we have him. It's now a 1-2-3 punch with our running backs. Then going to the wide receiver room, which was actually the one that we weren't sure exactly who was going to make his team, but with injuries and whatnot, we actually know now who it was going to be. You got Devontae Adams, obviously. Then you have Alan Lazard. And then we got MVS, Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Randall Cobb, obviously, he was going to make this team. Aaron Rodgers wanted him. And then you got Amari Rogers, the rookie, and, of course, the sensation during preseason, who also had the NFL leading receiving yards, is Malik Taylor. Just watching some of these preseason games with Malik Taylor, I pretty much knew he was going to make the team. But that was right after Devin Funchess had gotten hurt. Then we're going to move to the tight end position. You got Big Dog Mercedes Lewis. You got Robert Tonyan, the breakout tight end of last year with 11 touchdowns. Then you got Isaiah Deguara, and I believe he tore his ACL last year. That's what happened. And, you know, he was supposed to be pretty good, and he's also very sensational when it comes to blocking. So I'm excited to see what he's going to do for our team this year. And then we kept the 4th, Dominique Daphne, who also was on our team late last year. Now, with that said, we do have Jay Sternberger on the reserve suspended list because he is suspended some games. I don't know how they're going to fit him, if they're going to cut one of those tight ends, which would maybe be Dominique Daphne. Hopefully not, because I do love him. But they're probably going to make some room for him eventually. Then we move on to the offensive linemen, which we kept 9, and I think this is I don't know how many years in a row we've kept 9, but we've kept 9 a lot. Which really would be 10 if we had David Bakhtiari, but he's on the PUP list, but I figure we are going to get rid of one of them as soon as we put him back onto the roster. But you got Elton Jenkins, Billy Turner, Lucas Patrick, Josh Myers, the new rookie center, Royce Newman, the sensational 4th round pick that we got for guard. Then you got John Runyon, and I can't pronounce his name, Yash Nijman, I believe. And then you got Dennis Kelly, and you have Jake Hansen. Overall, I think we have some pretty good depth with this offensive line. The initial starters that we'll have in the first 6 weeks, I think, will do well together. And then with David Bakhtiari coming right back into the lineup, it will be even better. Moving on to the defensive linemen. So you got Kenny Clark, Dean Lowry, Kingsley Keke, who started to actually show signs of doing very well. I'm excited to see how he does this year. Then you got Tyler Lancaster, TJ Slayton, and Jack Heflin. Keeping 6 of those defensive linemen, I think we have a good rotation this year. Keeping them fresh and putting in new ones who are very good at rushing. I think it's going to be a great year for these defensive linemen. So then we go to outside linebacker, which obviously we got the Smith brothers. You got Zadarius Smith and Preston Smith. And then you got Rashawn Gary, who is showing tremendous upside. I think he'll be a starter in the next few years with us. Then you have Jonathan Garvin, and then you also have Chauncey Rivers. I believe Chauncey Rivers probably made this team due to what he did in Buffalo. Chauncey Rivers solidified his spot on this roster due to him getting that sack. He just had a really great game, and that's probably why he made this roster. Then you got inside linebacker. I can't even believe we kept 5. We kept Devontae Campbell, who's obviously going to be that veteran presence as the inside linebacker this year. Then we got Chris Barnes. He was a great rookie sensation last year. I believe he will be right behind him. Then we have Orrin Burks, Ty Summers, and Isaiah Duffy. Man, that guy showed promise in the preseason. I'm excited to see how he does. He may even start eventually one day. Then we're going to the cornerback room. Obviously, you got the man, Jair Alexander, who's on his own island in this league. Then you got Kevin King. We'll see. Then you got Eric Stokes, who was our first round pick from Georgia. I believe he's going to be very good. He will quickly learn this year, and he might even make some great plays for us. And then after him, we have Chandon Sullivan and Shamar Jean-Charles and Isaac Yiadom. I believe all of them can do great things. It's just about consistency. Hopefully just one of them can keep up with Scotty Miller. Then we move on to the safety position, which obviously we have Adrian Amos and we have Darnell Savage starting. But then behind them we have Henry Black and Vernon Scott, who are also veterans that have been on our team before. And then the ultimate surprise, well, not the ultimate surprise, but it was surprising to me to see that we cut J.K. Scott, our punter, and we just kept Mason Crosby, so I guess he's going to be our punter too. I don't know. Maybe Jair Alexander will be our punter. I mean, I saw him kicking field goals out there. And then you have Hunter Bradley, who is our long snapper, and that is the initial 53-man roster for the Green Bay Packers. Now, not much of this roster surprised me, except that we kept a fifth middle linebacker and that we cutted our punter. I don't understand, but I guess, like I said, Mason Crosby is probably going to punt for us. But other than that, everything kind of seems legit. I understand why we did it. The wide receiver battle kind of played itself out with the injuries, so I'm kind of happy with this roster, and I'm excited to see what they do this year. And obviously, as Jay Sternberger and David Bakhtiari come back, we will have to see who they eventually release to make room for those players. And I'm also excited to see who will actually clear the waivers to make the practice squad. I believe there's a lot of players that we did cut that will actually end up being on our practice squad. And obviously through the season there may be injuries, so they actually might end up being on the roster anyways. But yeah, guys, what do you think of this initial roster? Do you love it? Do you hate it? What surprised you? What didn't surprise you? Please leave it down below in the comments and let me know. Hopefully we're hosting that Lombardi Trophy at the end of the year. I can see it now. But until next time, guys, keep wearing that green and yellow and go Pack Go.